when anger's been buried for years or like decades, your body's been carrying that charge that whole time. So anger is heat, motion, life force. But if your body's currently weak or exhausted, burnt out, whatever it may be, it might not have the capacity to let that fire move all at once. And that just like makes science. I actually don't think any of us really should be aiming to like let it all out. We should be more thoughtful and careful with our minds, our bodies, our psyches, our nervous system. So think of it like thawing a frozen pipe. If you blast it with boiling water, it's going to burst. But if you warm it slowly, the ice melts and the flow returns safely. And this is how we should be working with particularly big emotions in the body. So this is when we bring in the somatic experiencing tools of titration, which is a little bit at a time, and pendulation, which is going from a challenging thing to grounding thing and back to show your nervous system that you can be with what's hard and you can also be with what's easy, what's gentle, what's kind, what's soft, what's welcoming, what's supportive, and that both can sort of exist at once by going from one to the other and back and forth. We do these processes instead of aiming for catharsis, which is that intense emotional discharge that people often chase when what they want is to get it all out. So the big sob, the hitting the pillow and screaming into a pillow, that moment that feels like everything finally breaks open. Now, I get it that it can feel really relieving in the short term because it moves stuck energy really fast, but it doesn't necessarily create regulation or integration. So without enough nervous system capacity underneath it, catharsis can flood the body and can leave you feeling wrung out or destabilized instead of soothed, right? Because your body can't integrate the new way of relating to the stressors, to whatever happened, to the anger itself, it just floods you and you're just awash with it or buzzy with it, maybe full of endorphins from having, hit the pillow or screamed into the night or whatever. But what does your body do with all that energy? It's just moved. I'll say it here. I say it in Anchored all the time because we do breath work in Anchored. Catharsis is cute. Integration changes lives. Catharsis is cute. Integration changes our lives. If you just have the bing, bang, boom, 4-gram macro dose, scream into the thing, big experience, 3 cups of tea thing, and you don't bring it into the body in a way that you can integrate, it's not very useful. You're just chasing that high again, chasing the explosion instead of actually changing procedural memory.